Food is the biggest thing in our life, but not many people think about food much. What will happen with our food? We do not care, we don't think, because we feel like it's so easy. Just go to the supermarket, you can buy whatever you want easily. But actually, we are about to face the biggest food crisis in the history of human. Because now, many things change completely, change dramatically. For people who are not farmer, maybe think there's nothing changed, everything is normal, it's just like this. Everything the same. But for farmers like us, we can see that there's a big change happen, gradually change, and soon it will be very serious. And this change will impact our food a lot. For example, rice. We grow rice all of history of Thai people. Normally, we harvest the rice at the end of October or the beginning of November, because the end of October is the end of rainy season. We will have no more rain after the end of October. So that's the time we can harvest the rice easily because it's dry. The first rain will come in April, beginning of April, but it's only one time in April. May will have a little bit more rain. That's what used to be for a long time. So after October until April, after the end of October until April, we will have no more rain at all for many hundred years. That's why we harvest the rice and dry the rice in the field a few days, and then we bring it back home and store it at home. But now what happened is rain can come anytime. There's no season for rain. Rain can come in November, in December, in January. In the last 20 years, we noticed that there's a big change in the climate in our place. So it's caused a big impact for farmers like us. We harvest the rice in beginning of November, but it rains, so most of rice get moldy. So it's hard, we cannot save the rice. It forces farmers to sell their rice immediately while it's wet. So the price of rice going down a lot. And now, no more farmer save their rice or harvest the rice as before anymore because of rain. So we need to hurry to sell when we harvest the rice. We need to sell the rice to the big rice mill immediately, because the big rice mill, they have the machine to dry, to bake the rice, to make it dry, and then they can store it. What happened is farmers lost a lot of money every year because they sell rice while it's wet, so the price dropped a lot. And then we grow vegetable in winter. Winter vegetable, they don't like rain. But when the rain comes heavily, it ruins our vegetable, like lettuce. If we have heavy rain on lettuce, there's no more leaves left. That's a big thing for us too. And then when we have rain often, winter vegetable will get mold, will get disease. They die easily. So there's impact to our food seriously. Or many of us grow watermelon. Watermelon, if you grow in rainy season, when it rains, there's no problem. But if you grow watermelon in the dry season, when you grow in dry season, no rain. When they have fruit and the rain drop to the fruit, most of watermelon will explode. Last 2 years, many of my friends bankrupt because of watermelon got hit by the rain. So when the season is not normal anymore, it makes a big impact for our food, on our food now. It's so scary to think about if the temperature rises up higher than this and rice cannot produce seed anymore, what will happen? And now we facing so many problems from the seasons not normal. As a farmer, we suffer a lot. And then it impacts the food for everybody. So what will happen in the future is, because of natural disaster happen so often and more serious every year, how can we have enough food for us? The habit of our eating now is not sustainable, because we were trained to eat less and less and less varieties. We don't eat more diversity as people eat in the past. In the past, people can eat everything around us. Many kind of grass, many kind of wild vegetable, we can eat them. But now we almost lose most of the wisdom how to eat those vegetables, because people eat only wheat, corn, rice, potato, and then a few things. So our life will be more fragile from now on, because we eat too little varieties. In the same time, the way we develop seed now, it can cause more problem for us too, because we focus on high yield and fast. So this plant or animal that we grow them for the market, we want them to grow fast and high yield. So they need a lot of food, a lot of hormone, a lot of water, a lot of care, because they grow fast. They need to eat a lot. And then when they grow fat, they eat a lot, they will get sick. So they need more care, more chemical, more antibiotics to help them survive. So all the food that we have now are so fragile, so weak. They cannot tolerate to the weather change. They are not resilient to the many change easily in their life. So that can cause big crisis in our life easily. What can we do now? Because we know that the natural disaster, the uncertain climate can happen often and more serious. But the plant and animal that we have now is not resilient enough to the change. That can lead to big problem in our life, in our food system. So what we can do now is we need to be aware that we need to be prepared. It will happen or not happen, it will serious or not serious, is not a big problem. But the biggest problem is, do we prepare ourselves good enough now? The first thing to prepare is we need to learn how to eat more diversity. There are many local vegetables still alive, but we don't eat them anymore, because we were trained to eat only corn, potato, rice, mainly. That's what we eat. But if we go back to eat many kind of grass, many kind of plant that we used to eat in the past, but we don't eat it anymore. We let the wisdom the technique how to eat them disappear. Now we need to bring it back. Train ourselves to be able to survive from everything around us. This is the most important thing. We need to be able to eat more diversity of food, not just chicken, pork and eggs and wheat or rice. We need to eat more than that. We need to be able to eat more wild yam, wild roots, more wild vegetable, wild fruit. If we can eat more diversity, we have more chance to survive. And the second thing is we need to come back to save seed and develop more new variety to make them resilient to any change as much as they can. I think it's important to do this. Because if we expect that the company and the government will do this job for us, it's not enough. Because government and the company, they work together. Mainly, they grow, they develop for the market. They did not develop for human. So they aim only high yield and fast. That's the main aim of development of seed in the world now. So if we come back as a farmer, we come back to our land, collecting local seed, start to develop seed, select the kind of seed that more resilient to the change easily. If more farmers do this, we will develop more varieties, more new varieties that strong and resilient to the change every year. So this is a way to increase diversity of food in our life. This is a way we can protect ourselves from the biggest food crisis that's coming soon. We are working on this topic now. We start to train a lot of people in the last 10 years to do seed saving, collecting local seed and propagate them and plant them and learn how to eat them, how to use them more. And in the same time, next year we will start to campaign to do more training about developing new varieties of seed. We did some experiment in the past, like we bring a lot of many variety of tomato seed and then we just sow them in the soil that not very healthy, not a lot of water, and let them grow. If we have one or two variety can survive in that situation, that means they are strong. So we'll select them. And we keep doing that. This is the way we try to select the variety of tomato that can resist to drought. They can survive with less water. We can do that with flood, with cold climate, with something like that. So this is the way we train them, develop them, to help them to be able to develop themselves to survive in different situations. This is the way we can make our food, our plants, our animal to be more resilient to the change in the world. If farmers keep doing like this, we will have more and more new variety that's strong, that can adapt itself to the change in every situation more and more and more. That is the way we can survive. When the company or the government do something like this, they need a lot of budget, need a lot of money to do this project like this. But farmer, we do it in our normal life. Nobody pay us. We do it in the daily life already. So we don't need budget to do that. So everybody can do. Everybody who are farmer, we can grow local varieties and then let them develop itself more, and we just select the one that can survive in different situations. That is so simple. But now we were trained that farmer cannot do this job because it's a job of a company, it's a job of scientists. No farmer believe that they can do it. That's why now we did a lot of training to encourage farmer to come back and develop your own seed, develop your own food varieties. If we come back to do like this, I think farmer will have more power, have seed in their hand, and they have knowledge of developing their own seed. And in the same time, consumer or people who don't like farming, they can help too, because they are a very important person. If people who don't like farming support farmer who like to do farming in this way, it will help each other more. Because when farmers develop new variety, if some people buy it, like to eat it, that help them to have more energy to do more, to grow more, to develop more. So we need to help each other between farmer and consumer. Work together, help each other, and then we will have more varieties, increase in every part of the world. And then it will create local market, local food system, more local system everywhere. Everywhere you go, you will see different things. This is diversity. Diversity will make us survive in the long term, in a sustainable way. Diversity is the solution.